Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Welcome to this transmission from hiding to being me. I just want to mention at the beginning that this transmission awoke within me in the last few days and has been a culmination of many synchronicities, many happenings, many experiences in my life. And I am so truly honored and excited to be here. I would love for you to participate. This transmission is about hiding, my story from hiding to being me. And my hiding, I don't want to say started, but accelerated when I stopped hiding behind other people's content, behind the camera, behind the comments, behind the videos. And I started acknowledging my presence, not for someone to see me. Sometimes it was for someone else also, but it was mostly for me, mostly for myself, to show myself that I am important, that I matter, that my presence is sacred, my presence is holy. And I wanted to come out of hiding and be seen by myself, not by other people, but most importantly, by myself, for myself. So before I go any further, oh yes, and to highlight this presence, I would love you to type in a chat, I am here. I am here to highlight your presence for you, for others as well, but most importantly for you. And notice when I ask you to do that, notice how you feel. Do you feel some kind of resistance? Do you feel like, I'm just saying this for some reason, other reason that I'm sharing with you, that somehow I try to manipulate you, or maybe you feel it won't matter anyway if you just are not highlighted, you're not highlighting your presence. Just notice what's happening in your body. Maybe you have some contractions, maybe you have stress, maybe, or maybe you feel like excited, you're like, yeah, I want other people to see me, I'm going to comment, I want her to see me, or other people that will be commenting. Also notice that tendency, because what I want you to do is to really come back to your heart, come back to your body. And from this place, right, I am here not to get something out of it, not to have an agenda. It's simply anchoring your presence in this space, in this transmission, in your life, in your body, in this moment in time, whenever you are watching this. And this is my invitation for you. And now I want to start with a grounding, anchoring breath. For many years, I wanted to have something that I have something tickly. I wanted to have something unique that I can start with. And almost a year ago, this breath came to me and started evolving. And I really love it. And I love how it's evolving throughout this time, and how much more present I am through anchoring in myself, and how much it helped me come out of hiding as well. This breath I call I am here breath. We're going to do this together 3 times, but first I will explain you. It's quite simple, but there is few different things to focus on. So we are inhaling and exhaling through the nose. When we inhale, we have an intention, or imagine we gathering ourselves, the scattered energy that is us, that is all over the place. We are gathering it into here and now, so we can experience ourselves in the body and experience the world through ourselves in our body. So we are breathing in through the nose, breathing into the top of the head, holding for a few seconds the energy in here. And on the exhale, we exhaling slowly down, guiding that energy down, anchoring in our body. And as we do that, we are saying, I am here. And we are sending this through our chest, into our pelvis, and then through our legs into our feet. What I also like to do is to remember to include our hands when we send the energy down. So it's like we kind of like sweeping our body with energy. You may even want to imagine white light or golden light highlighting your presence in your body. Let me just check if I've said everything. So breathing through the nose. I am here on the exhale, holding the energy, sending it down into our body. Yeah. And we are going to have a few moments of pause in between, breathing normally, in between breath 1 and 2, and then between 2 and 3. Okay. So make sure you are comfortable. Perhaps roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Gently close your eyes. Notice how you are feeling, how your awareness is shifting from outside into here and now. And exhale all the air out. Take an inhale with me. Hold. And as you exhale, say internally, I am here, sending that energy down into your pelvis and legs and feet. Feeling yourself present, aware. Another inhale. Hold. And exhale, saying, I am here, grounding the energy in your body. Notice what you notice. Perhaps any shift from how you've been feeling before. And one more inhale. Hold. And I am here on the exhale. Feel yourself grounded in this moment, here with me, in your body, in this time and space. And holding this awareness, holding your presence with sensations that you are experiencing right now. Gently open your eyes. Welcome. I'm here to share with you my story. All my life, I did not know who I was. So I didn't even know I was hiding, because I was hiding so well, or I was hiding myself so well, that I have made up such a so many layers, so many personas over myself, that I had no idea that there was I that urged to live, to experience life. I shut her down, literally shut her down. And I always felt like there was a void in my life. There was a void in my heart. Something was not right. Something was not really not aligned. It was as if I was living someone else's life. And throughout many years of searching and trying to to make it work somehow and be happy, and without even knowing that there was I to discover, I have always been contemplating, who am I? This question was present in my life for many years since I was a child. And as much as it helped me a little bit, I wasn't truly allowing the answers to be experienced. Most of the time, I tried to figure out who am I with my mind. And that could only give me an answer of the mind, right? Because I am not my mind, therefore, the mind cannot tell me who I am. Even now, I'm trying to convey something to you. It's not what I speak that lands in you, but it's the energy I'm transmitting, reaches your ears or your whole energy field. And we often think that these are words that we are receiving from other people, but there's so much more beyond the words. There is a whole energetic blueprint behind the words, behind the transmission that I'm conveying. Who am I led me on a deep search, many different meditations, many different techniques, many different retreats, modalities, courses, programs. And I started slowly, sometimes more rapidly, experiencing myself as I am, as the true I am. And sometimes I would have an experience and I would not know what to do with it, and I would lose it. My first very big experience was actually at home. I had very mystical experience. I'm not going to go into details with in this transmission right now, but I it shattered my way of viewing myself and life. And I had no one to talk to about it, and I did not know how to integrate it. Therefore, after a while, even though I knew I experienced something profound, after a while I kind of dismissed it because it didn't really create rapid shifts in my life. It created shifts in the way I view life, but because I was not supporting myself and I was doubting even what I've experienced, I recorded a note to myself. Therefore, I have a proof that I wasn't dreaming. But yeah, it wasn't very integrated. And throughout many other experiences like that, I realized that there is I, and there are different layers on top of I that I'm so habitually trained to live from, that the I that was within me was not allowed to be expressed, to be seen, to be witnessed. And this actually it reminds me of the vision I had about 2 weeks ago or so, where I was I was present in the center, and I've created beautiful space for myself with all my practices, spiritual teachings, like all that I am, the essence of who I am. I started integrating it within me, and there was a big space. Outside of that space, there was glass windows all over, and I could see people. And it seemed to me as if I'm just saying, "Hi, I'm here. Like, this is my world. You can see the world through my eyes if you want to. Welcome." But no one was seeing me, no one was noticing anything. And only as my consciousness went outside this room, I realized that from the outside, the room was not clear glass, but it was tinted and had mirrors on it. So people could see a reflection of themselves through the building that I have built, but they could not see me, and they could not see themselves in me, or I could not see myself in them, because there was some kind of physical, well, energetic, but in my vision it seemed real obstacle or a wall between me and other people. And as I noticed that, I immediately was like, okay, I want to open all the windows, all the doors, all the glass, yeah, all the glass that I could possibly could. And as I did so, I was like, I want to come out of this building. I don't want it to be a building of glass anymore. Let's destroy the barrier. Let's remove the barrier. And at the same time, I've been working for a while on capturing my mission and what I want to do, what I am passionate to do, and what I'm here to help people and support people with. And what started coming to me is that all my life I've been hiding. And as I've been emerging from hiding, my journey is to help others emerge. Firstly, to find who they really are, to find themselves, the foundation of themselves, and connect with the greater I am and the individual I am, and support them through that journey of emergence. And I was like, wow, I am here to support people to emerge from hiding. And this sounded so good in my body, and I had goosebumps, and I knew this was connected to this moment in time, right? Because we always change, we always evolve. And I had that vision, and I had this, and then I had two beautiful conversations with two wonderful human beings where they described the same issue that I used to have, that they feel like there is someone inside of them and they are not truly allowing themselves to be that person, and they are in a shell. And I used to feel myself also in a shell, like I need to crack the shell, but I didn't know how, and I didn't know what to do, and it was scary to even see myself out of that shell, because there's been so much conditioning throughout all these years that this shell feels safe. And through that, I started pondering and contemplating and diving deeper and realizing that the I am here breath, I am here anchor, has been one of my greatest tools to connect to myself, and for me to withdraw my attention from the personalities that I have built and reach my true essence. And now I want you to do something with me. If anything resonates with you, you can also put a comment in the chat. I would love to know that maybe my story or the way I feel touches something within you or makes sense to you. And once you connect with that, close your eyes for a moment and say to yourself, I've been hiding. I've been hiding. Notice what is happening in your body. How it feels. And whatever you feel, without judgment, just acknowledge it. For me, it feels kind of constricted, tight, like I'm shrinking myself. But what I've also discovered is that this hiding has been a sacred process to me, because thanks to that, thanks to my process of incubation, I have become who I am today. So instead of judging ourselves for hiding, even if we've knowingly been hiding from the world, from ourselves, can we acknowledge the sacredness of the process? Maybe, who knows, it could have been other way, but it wasn't. Therefore, can we acknowledge that this happened to us? Not for that this happened for us, not to us. And from this moment, you've acknowledged you have been hiding. Can you say to yourself, I'm ready to emerge? I am ready to emerge. What is happening now? Do you feel like pulling inwards even more, hiding, shrinking? Like it's not possible, it's not true what you're saying? You're not ready? Or do you feel some kind of expansion, excitement, aliveness? Again, wherever you are, simply notice there is no right or wrong. Whatever you are experiencing right now is the right experience. If you feel expansion, then stay and breathe into that. And if you feel like hiding even more when you say, I'm ready to emerge, if you feel contraction, pulling backwards, can you ask yourself, what would it take for me to be true, for it to be true for me? What would it take for my readiness to emerge to be true? And whatever answer you have, can you honor it? If you didn't receive any answer, any guidance, perhaps it would be good for you to sit with this for a little bit longer, maybe even pause this video if you're watching the recording and stay with it until you find your answer. Or set an intention before you go to sleep to have your answer, because you know deep down inside of you all the answers lie. We always know. We just don't allow ourselves to hear it. We are too engaged with the mind. But you know. Now you may open your eyes and what emergence means. It actually means, it etymology of this word, it's to come to light or to arise from the depth. And immediately what came to me was the image of lotus flower, and how I have been focusing on the roots of my lotus, which is in the depths of the water, at the bottom, beyond the water. And I was hiding myself there and trying to present something different outside. I was pretending that the lotus that I am was, let's say, a rose or a tulip or like something else, but it was not the real essence. And therefore, people couldn't fully see me because I was pretending to be something else. I was acting based on my conditioning to be something else, and it wasn't intentional because I didn't know myself. So I was doing the best I could from with the tools that I had, right? And I'm sure you are doing the same if you're on the same journey. And I realized that there is the root that is in the water, and then there is a flower. And if we allow ourselves to come out from hiding from the earth, from the soil, from the water, into the flower, but not forgetting the root and not forgetting the stem, but being the whole self, that's where we start to radiate. Our flower, our leaves, our essence start to shine and emanate this beautiful essence that is just felt by the world. And if we stay with our awareness, our attention down, no one is there up to shine our essence, to embrace who we are. It's just the aspects of us that we have conditioned ourselves to be. I want you to imagine yourself as lotus for a moment and notice what you have been presenting to the world. Where are you presenting to the world your true self, your lotus self? Or were you trying to change it, to pretend that this is something else? Every seed has in itself an essence and a memory of what it becomes, right? It's it's like it holds future memories of what it could possibly be. And a seed of an apple becomes an apple tree. Seed of or acorn, for example, becomes a willow tree. I think that's what it's called. And if we try to change an apple seed into willow tree or acorn into an apple tree, that wouldn't be possible and that wouldn't make sense. And the world would be living in not truth, in an illusion, if all the trees identify themselves as something else, something different. We would get lost, and that's how we get lost in our lies, our own lies. Of course, they are not conscious most of the time. They are very unconscious. But when we allow ourselves to dive into the depths of who we are, where we have been hiding, we realize that there is a seed that carries a memory of our potential, and we could be whatever we choose to be. And we could be whatever sparks a desire in us, whatever lights us up, whatever passionates us. And this is our guiding force for that seed to start blooming and growing into that which we want to be, without lying to ourselves, without denying our true essence that is already encoded within us. If I start telling myself that I want to be, I don't know, a driver, and I'm not really passionate about cars, like what life would I have? Can we follow our passion? Can we follow what lights us up? And can we allow ourselves to be true to any desire that we have? And actually, before this video, what came to me is to, because there are different aspects of my life where I have been hiding, for me to do 4 more lives, breaking down each area or each theme. And there was an acronym that downloaded into my consciousness, just, well, I wanted to say accidentally, but there are no accidents in this world. Acronym SURE. And what I want to do is to talk about S for stripping, stripping the layers of the body, and how my journey of makeup and even clothing and being naked helped me to stop hiding and realize my true self. So stripping the body, U is for uncovering the emotions. So many emotions in my body were frozen, were not acknowledged, and I had so much shame to share them with other people. And when I started uncovering my emotions, another key unlocked to myself, living my truth. R in sure is for revealing the mind, the patterns of the mind, and noticing that I'm not the mind, I'm witnessing it. Therefore, there is no shame in sharing them with others or acknowledging them even to myself. And E is for emergence, which is reaching the soul aspect where the desires lie, where our answers, our next steps reside, and allowing ourselves to embrace it, to start rising and emanating our essence, rising from the roots up like the lotus flower, emerging from hiding. So stripping, uncovering, revealing, and emerging. Sure. And that's what we will be doing for the next 4 days together. So there I will share specific stories and how I have alchemized myself. But also what I wanted to add here is that anytime we do something because we want to gain something out of it, we are away from our true essence. We are hiding. We may have a desire to do something, and the desire may be true, the action itself, but it's not what we do, but what place we do it from. When we are able to connect to our true essence, through true self, and from that place, if we are acting, if we are taking action, if we are doing something, then that's when we are emerging and when the world can see us. If we are taking that purity, attaching to an agenda, to one layer of the mind, which is a millimeter away from the truth, we are losing our essence. And again, the world cannot see our truth because we are hiding the truth behind the agenda or what we want. Therefore, what I invite you to do before we dive into this deeper is to notice that there is you that wants to do things, that wants to control things, that wants to rush. And then there is this subtle, quiet you that you can almost like lean back and rest with. And that controlling you, rushing you, the doing you doesn't like that because it doesn't have anything to do when we rest in our beingness. And it can be annoying and it can shake in us to the core. But when we allow that self to be witnessed and lean back into our being, that self that wants to control and force things to happen and wants to do something will slowly start diminishing or alchemizing or losing its energy, losing the power. And what I would like for you from this transmission is to realize that you can rest in your being. And when you truly connect to your being, which is your truth, there you can start doing things when you feel inspired, and keeping that connection to your being, to your truth, to the being in the body, to the I am here, as we've done at the beginning. And anytime you feel like you are overtaken by this controlling self, this doing self, this busy self, anytime you remember, instead of beating yourself up, just take another breath. I am here. Lean back, connect to your beingness, connect to your essence, connect to your truth, and allow that essence to guide you again. And you will lose yourself over and over, I'm telling you. And you will come back to this practice again and again, and you will lose yourself, and you may get frustrated because it is challenging in a way to remember if we're not conditioned to remember. But it will get easier and easier, and you will start to remember more frequently for longer periods of times, and you will be able to reach your true self more and more and live as your true self. And this is my desire for you, my wish for you. May you emerge and live in your truth. If you would like some guidance in this, I am doing a 10-week offer, transformational journey, which is one-on-one. And at the time of the recording, it is in reduced price. I have already one person that is taking this journey with me, where I will guide you to your, well, I will not guide you, I will accompany you to your true self and support you from hiding to emerging. We will have an opening ceremony with beautiful energy healing session where you will be able to get in touch with your true self. Because if you've never experienced it consciously, or you don't know how it feels, it may be challenging. But that session will open you up, and the following sessions we will work together intuitively, me and you together, against your limitation, allowing you to come out from hiding. For me to see you, me seeing you will amplify you seeing you. When we have another person that sees our truth, our magnetism, our authenticity, our core, it helps us to kind of connect to that and see it for ourselves. So if you would like my guidance, my support, I will attach the link underneath this video. But otherwise, I invite you to practice leaning back into being, not doing. Practice coming back to your breath, whether you use the tool that I've introduced at the beginning of this session, I am here breath, or you may want to find your own tool, or you may already have one. And I invite you to join me in the other series where I will share deeper into specifics of my emergence and very challenging moments and emotions and patterns that I've discovered throughout the years that I've been here. Thank you so much for being here. And if anything moved for you, if you've been touched by anything, please feel free to comment. And if you know anybody that would benefit from this video, also I invite you to share it with them. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.